Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Neil here, and today we're checking out my old practice combo from 2006. This is a Line 6 Spider 3. On the Line 6 website, it's regarded as a legacy amp of theirs, and I agree with that. You know, every man and his dog that played a guitar had a Line 6 Spider of some sort in their collection, back in the day. For me, there's a lot of memories with this amp and a lot of good times and a lot of fun times. And to be honest, it was nice to break away from the big valve amps that I had in the rehearsal room. It was nice to get home and use this amp because this amp is a digital modeling amp. It's very forgiving. It's a bit scooped. It's extremely fizzy, on the insane mode. It doesn't sound very real, but it feels nice to play, and it's nowhere near as hard work as, say, a tube amp, which I was used to using with the band. Last time I plugged this thing in, years ago, when I moved into this house, it didn't work. So it's a miracle. It's some kind of miracle, in my opinion, that this thing has suddenly started working again, because I was expecting it not to work and I was going to throw it in a skip or something. But yeah, it works. So I'm going to give this to a friend of mine who's just started playing guitar. But I thought I'd make a video to see if the insane mode on this amp, which this amp was famous for us metal players, is still insane or whether it's garbage. Just before we get into the main playing parts of this demo, guys, I want to let you know that down below in the description there's a Toman affiliate link. Go through that link, search for anything you want, buy it, and it really helps support me at this end. Also, guys, there's a Sonic Kick affiliate link down there below as well. And when you go through that link, again, search for anything you want, buy it, and it helps support the channel at this end. But also, if you use code NEIL, you get 10% off as well. And today's video is sponsored by Down's Guitar Store picks and Stringjoy strings that help keep me fresh. Okay guys, so just a quick whiz through of the control panel. So here you had a clean channel, a crunch channel, a metal channel, and an insane channel. Okay, it just makes me laugh and grin every time I say insane. Anyhow, you had 4 channels, and basically these buttons across the top of these 4 buttons, you would just press one and hold one, and it was saved your settings, and you didn't have to worry about what happened to the EQ or anything like that. So as soon as you got a tone you liked, just press it and hold it, save it, and job's a winner. For me, it was great, and I still think that it's great now, that system. I don't know, things are getting a bit more complicated now with modern digital modeling amps, and modern digital modeling, amp modeling, has come a long way since the Line 6 Spider 3, but I do think the Line 6 Spiders are the amps that invented digital modeling amps, what we have around today, that are awesome. Boss Katanas, the Blackstar ID Core, IDX they have now, all these types of amps, PV Vipers, all these things were influenced heavily by the Line 6 Spider series, and there were so many guys, young guys, that were kind of like college students that were using the Line 6 Spider 3 heads out there gigging as well. And we did a gig with one set of guys that went straight into the PA, and to be fair, it sounded pretty decent, So anyhow, over here on this side, we have like, there's 2 controls with different effects on. One has like modulation effects like tremolo, phaser, chorus, flange. The other one has like your echoes and reverbs. You can't have 2 types of echo effects, so you can't have a reverb and a delay, unfortunately, and you can't have a phase and a chorus on this particular model. The tap tempo as well, which is insane. You get it? Yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty cool amp, and for me, I just basically use the clean. The crunch is a bit crap. Well, I remember it as crap. The metal channel was harsh. The insane was fizzy, but it was nice. It felt nice. The more fizz you have, the nicer it is to play. So for me, I just had a clean, and I had the Insane, and that's all I needed. And when I was on Insane, I'd just nudge the echo effect to, if I was going into a lead or anything, I'd just tap it really quick and get on with it, and it worked. You know, the other amps that are bigger have foot switches and all that shenanigans. This amp doesn't, but that was enough to overwrite the preset that you already had on, if that makes sense. And then you just press the metal button going back in. It's a bit faffy, no foot switch involved or anything like that. But like I say, you get the bigger amps, and you can get the foot switch. We've got a CD. This is how old this thing is. I've just thrown loads of CDs away, actually, while we're clearing out. But this has a CD and MP3 in there, so you can jam along to tunes. So yeah, even back in the day, Line 6 were doing stuff like that. And you've got headphones out or record out. Recording out of this thing, I tried years ago, it sounds really bad. Plugins, even old ones, will be better. But through headphones, I'm not ashamed to say it's quite enjoyable with headphones on. I remember it as being enjoyable. Anyhow, guys, let's get into the playing part of the demo. I'm going to mic this amp up with an SM57, which is stupid because it's an 8-inch speaker, 15-watt amp on low volume. It's crazy miking it up. So after I've mic'd it up and shown you what it sounds like mic'd up, and we decide whether Insane is still Insane or whether it's now just obsolete and garbage, we will then just do an in-the-room demo with the phone there, the iPhone there, and you can hear it as it is in the room, which in my opinion is the best way to go with 15-watt little practice amps like this one. So yeah, let's see what it sounds like. Okay guys, so what do you think there? I mean, I've been using digital modeling amps in here and processors. I've got my Ampero 2 here by Hotone. I've got an Amp 3 Blackstar over there that goes into my 212 cab. I use those probably the most out of everything. I've got a Matribox 2 by Sonic on the floor, which is super affordable. All those three things sound very amp-like and very realistic. Then over there I have the Blackstars, which is, there's an ID card, there's an IDX over there. And those are like modern versions of this amp, I guess, more complex. And they sound better. You know, I'm not going to lie. Modelling has come a long way. And I'm pretty sure Line 6's new combos, Spiders, if there are any, sound just as good as the modern stuff. But yeah, for me, it was definitely outdated. Was it fun? Yeah. Was it nice to reminisce on all those riffs that I wrote on this amp? Yes. Insane mode is like a gimmick now, isn't it? It's like when anyone mentions Line 6 in insane mode, everybody just smiles, whoever owned one, you know, and that will never go away. It's like there in history. The Line 6 insane mode on the Spider amps is engraved in guitar playing history forever. So although this is not an amazing amplifier or anything like that, what it actually is a legend amplifier. Still, in my opinion, because it started it all, you know. This is important, this amp. These Spider amps are as important to modelling, the modelling world and the digital world which we have now, as the JCM 800 was to valve amps, in my opinion. Thanks very much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. More importantly, though, guys, I really want to know what you guys think. Did you ever own one of these? Probably. I mean, they must have made so much money off these, because I don't know anybody who played guitar in the 2000s, the noughties, that didn't have a Spider amp. So they must have made an absolute fortune. These amps must have put Line 6 on the map, along with the pods, obviously. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm getting out of here. Leave me a comment below, and I'll see you all very soon.